Hi, I'm Vera, and welcome to my channel. On here, I read out stories that my subscribers and followers have sent me. Stories they've sent in need of advice and opinions. And all my stories are anonymous, by the way. So if you send me your story, I'm not going to mention your name. And we just hit 3,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. And now, before we continue, make sure you subscribe and like this video. It is very important to also click the notification button so that whenever I post, you'll be notified immediately. I know you love my stories. Now, get comfortable and relax. I've got you. And without further delay, let's get right into it. I have three stories for you today. Let's start with the first one. I was managing my one-bedroom apartment when a good friend of mine from the village called me and asked me if she could come and stay with me for some time. I almost said no because my apartment was very small and I felt staying with another person was just going to make me uncomfortable. But my friend's mother had died recently and she just wanted to stay with me for a couple of months till she gets a good job and a place to stay. Now, I have no kitchen or living room. It was just the one bedroom. I cooked outside in the porch and I used the bathroom and toilet with the rest of the neighbors. I almost asked her not to come because I was already struggling. And I didn't want anyone to come and add to it. But I thought of our past and I decided to let her come. I didn't even have a bed in the room yet, and so I slept on a mattress on the floor. When she came, she shared the mattress with me. The first week went by without any incident, and I was actually enjoying her company. In the state of mind I was in, I didn't really feel like going out. All I could think about was how to make more money. I worked from home, so I was always in the house. The second week after she moved in, she told me she has been seeing a guy in the city for a year now. She said he had come to visit her in her village for a few times. Now that she was in the city, the guy wanted to come and visit her. She told me the guy was coming to my place that same day. She asked me if I could excuse them once he gets there. And I was like, no. Why should I leave my room for you and your boyfriend? Also, I had nowhere else to go. You told me you came to the city to hustle. And just 2 weeks, you are doing my boyfriend is coming to visit me. Like, if you had a boyfriend in the city, why didn't you go and stay with him? Also, why can't you go and see him instead? She said her boyfriend said he was renovating his place, and so he was staying with his parents for the meantime, and that is why she cannot meet him there. I told her I don't have any issues with her boyfriend coming to visit her at my place, but I was not leaving my room for them. I told her they can stay in the porch if she likes, and she said no problem. The guy came over and they stayed in the porch for some time. When it was getting late, she told me she wanted to come inside the room with him since mosquito was biting them outside. I said okay, and they came in. We were all watching TV and I was minding my business in the corner of my room. Then these two started kissing, like right in front of me. It was also not a simple kiss, like deep kissing. I felt so uncomfortable. They didn't do it once or twice, like many times. And I could see the guy's hand in her blouse. What? I didn't know what to do to myself, so I just took my phone and left the room. I went outside to buy food. I came back about 30 minutes later and the guy was gone. I told my friend how uncomfortable what she did with the man made me. Next time, if they want to do that, they should just go to an hotel. She laughed and apologized, saying that the boy drives her crazy when she's around him. She said she cannot control herself, but she promised it won't happen again. About 2 weeks later, I was there when this guy came to visit my friend again. This time around, they just held hands and talked. Around 9 p.m., I was watching TV. And before I knew it, I had dozed off. Now, my friend has been sitting on the mattress whilst the guy sat on a chair beside her. This was before I dozed off. I was sleeping when I felt the mattress vibrating and making ke noise. At first, I thought I was dreaming. Then the mattress vibration increased. I was about to open my eyes when I heard my friend whisper in a small voice, "Shh, do it slowly or else you will wake her up." It took a second for me to realize what was going on. I just wanted to be sure, so I opened my eyes and turned towards them. And lo and behold, my friend was half naked on the edge of the mattress with her boyfriend on top of her doing the nasty. What? The mattress was not that big, and so they were close to me. I didn't know what to do, and so I just laid there. They did it for more than 1 hour, and I just laid there. I don't know what came over me, but I just couldn't move. My body just froze. Finally, they finished and he left. I felt so disrespected. Like, how can you do this in front of me in my own room? Especially when you promised you won't. I took in a deep breath, stood up, and asked her to pack her things and leave my room. I asked her to follow a man home. I felt violated. And after everything I have just seen, I knew I couldn't be in the same room with her. She started begging me, saying she didn't know I was awake. She asked me to forgive her and that it will never happen again. She said she had nowhere else to go. But at this point, I was very angry and I couldn't think straight. It was around 1 a.m. at the time. I just grabbed her bag, handed it to her, and asked her to follow her boyfriend home. I sacked her from my room that night. After she left, I felt like maybe I overreacted. This happened a few days ago. She called the next day asking me to forgive her and allow her to come back to my place. I told her no and cut the line. She has been calling me since, but I've refused to pick her calls. Did I overreact? And am I wrong for refusing to let her come back? Ah, but this girl, pa, come on. Like, you don't have anyone and you don't have a place to stay. And you have the audacity to bring a man into the room you are purchasing. A room that is not yours. What is wrong with you? Hey, but wait, oh, what kind of renovations is that man doing in his house that he can't take you there? And at least if you want to do the nasty, get a hotel. Like, do you have to do it in front of your friend? That is nasty. Come on. Who does that? In front of your friend on the same mattress. And I don't even blame you for freezing because imagine you hear that keke sound and then you open your eyes and then you see that happening next to you. I think most people won't know what to do in that situation. But as for me, I will wake up, I will stand up and sack both her and a man from my room naked. Because what kind of disrespect is this? So wait, oh, what kind of position were you lying in for 1 hour? 1 hour. Sorry, okay? As for me, I don't play with my peace of mind. In this hard world, that is all you've got, your peace of mind. And what they did was a violation. Like, come on, right beside you on that small mattress. Hey, what kind of feelings are those people feeling that they cannot control themselves? Where is the self control? As for me, I support you 100%. You didn't overreact. She disregarded your feelings and went ahead to do the nasty right beside you. Don't let her come back. Protect your peace. Anyway, if you have any advice for this poster, she'll be in the comment section reading your opinions. So just write story 1 and leave your opinion or advice there. Let's move on to story 2. It was only after I slept with this man I was dating for 3 months that I found out he was married. Let's call him Seth. Seth was literally the man of my dreams. I met him when I went out with a few of my friends last year. He approached me and asked for my number. I didn't want to give him my number because I had just gotten out of an abusive relationship and I was healing. But by the end of the night, I have really connected with this man and I wanted to get to know him more. I loved the way he looked and the way he spoke. And so before I left with my friends, I gave my number to him. I was really expecting him to call, but he didn't call me till he called me in March this year. He said he had a lot going on and he wanted to resolve all those issues before he reached out to me. We started talking and he told me from the onset that he wanted to date me, but I really wanted to take things slow. We started going out as friends and it was clear that we had chemistry. When Seth is with me, he looks at me like I am the only woman in the world. He's very romantic and he spends money on me. He makes me so happy and I finally thought I have met the one for me. A week after I finally slept with him, I received a call from a woman who claimed to be his wife. That was the last thing I was expecting to hear. I was very shocked. And the first thing I told her was that I didn't know he was married because I didn't know. But this woman didn't even let me talk. She was very rude. She started insulting me, acting as if I knew the man was married, and I still went after him. I tried to tell her this was news to me, but she didn't hear anything I said. She just insulted me back to back. She told me I didn't know who I was messing with, and that if I come close to her husband again, she would deal with me. And then she cut the line on me. I didn't know what to do to myself. I was in shock. But what can I do? It was someone's husband. And even though at that point I had fallen in love with him, I didn't want any trouble. I called him very angry and asked him if he was married or not. And he said yes. He told me he can explain. But I didn't even give him the chance. I warned him to stay away from me and I cut the line. I was in pain because I had really fallen for this man. About 3 days after his wife called me, I was in the house crying my eyes out when my mother called me. I knew immediately she said hello that something was wrong. She said she had received a call from a woman who claimed I was having an affair with her husband. My mom sounded so disappointed. I had to explain to her that I didn't know the man was married. My mom said the woman was very rude. She insulted my mom and told her it was her fault for not raising me right. Can you believe that? I don't even know how she got her number. I wanted to call the woman and confront her because what kind of nonsense is this? But my mom told me to leave it alone and just let the man go. I couldn't go to work the next day, but I was at home when a friend of mine from work called me. This man's wife had called my workplace to tell them I was having an affair with her husband. Luckily for me, it was my friend who picked up. I had had enough at this point. I didn't even know how she was getting all this information about me. I called her back to tell her to back off. I called her back to tell her to back off and that I didn't know that Seth was married. Instead, she just rained more insults on me, telling me she's suspecting I'm still with her husband. And throughout all this, Seth was calling me constantly, trying to get me to forgive him and to take him back. He even came to knock on my door just yesterday, and I didn't open the door for him. When I was with him, he used to give me about 300,000 naira every week. How much is 300,000 naira? Is it about like I think 2,500 cedis? I'm not sure. Let's continue. He used to give me about 300,000 naira every week, apart from the different gifts he was giving me. I gave all this up when I tried to do the right thing by letting him go. The man too, I still love him, and I'm just trying to respect myself. But now I'm thinking of taking him back. Since his wife wants to mess with me, I will take him away from her. This is war. This is war. I want to teach that woman a lesson. Will I be the asshole if I go through with this? Hey! What kind of commando woman is that wife? This one, dear. I don't even know what to say, Mpo. I don't know what to say. But I don't understand the wife. Oh. Why are you attacking the other woman? And where is she getting all your information from? This is serious, oh. Hey, some of these women are wild, oh. As for me, the way this woman is attacking you, I would have told you to give it to her back to back. But it's not worth it. Preserve your peace, okay? The way I'm seeing the woman, she's not correct, oh. Like, imagine calling your mother and your workplace. I don't think it's a good idea to deal with a woman like this. You don't know how far she would go. And it's your plan to take him away from his wife. But what if he strings you along and still stays with her? Just leave the man alone. It's not worth it. Protect your peace. And if possible, just block her number and his number and move on with your life. I know you can give it to her back to back, but don't mind her, okay? Just protect your peace. Let him go. Your own is coming, eh? And that person will even give you more than 200,000 a week. Just let him go, okay? If you have any advice or opinions on this story, just write story 2 and leave your opinion or advice. The poster will be in the comments reading them. But let me know, do you think she should give it to the woman back to back or she should just let the man go? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let's move on to story number 3. I have been dating my boyfriend for a year and a half now. And he's such a sweet guy who does anything for me as long as he has the money. He always feels bad when I need something and he can't afford to give it to me. He's a forex trader, and whenever he loses a huge sum of money, it affects him to the extent that he gets very emotional. He won't even talk to me anymore till things get better for him. I don't like the fact that he ghosts me anytime things are not going well for him. It makes me overthink myself, thinking if he actually loves me or not, because he can ghost me for as long as 2 weeks or a month. I'm really tired of this attitude of his. My friend told me that I should be used to that attitude of his by now. Now he is the breadwinner of his family because his dad is late. And also he's the one supporting me and some other family members of his. Whenever he loses money, I mean a huge one at that, he becomes so down and gives everyone space and just keeps to himself because he's an introvert from day one. I really don't like the fact that he ghosts me for that long and it makes me feel bad. And I'm always overthinking because of this. I ask myself if I have done something wrong. I mean, if I'm his girlfriend, I should also face his challenges with him, right? Not him facing it alone. I'm confused and I don't know if I should leave him or stay because I'm tired of him ghosting me when things go bad for him. I just want to know if you've spoken to him about this and how it affects you. Like you said, this is how he has been from day one. He's taking care of a lot of people. He's taking care of a lot of people and he has a lot on his mind. And probably he's just the kind of person who is like that. And this is why I always say that when you are with someone, you know what you like, you know what you don't like. So you know this is how the person is and you don't like this about him. If you know it is going to affect you in future, or you know you're not going to be happy with him, then leave. If you've spoken to him already and he has not changed anything about this, then I'm sorry to inform you that this is how it is going to be forever. Can you deal with this? If you can't, then you know what to do. So yeah, if you have any advice to give to the sender, just write story number 3 and add your advice or opinions. Remember, your advice and opinions matter, oh. So don't forget to leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. If you've not done that already, please do it. Subscribe and like this video. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Okay, I'm done. Bye.